Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, Patreon member, welcome back. My name is Laura, aka Perplex QT, and have I got a show for you guys. All right, let me just bring this over here so I can see you guys better and put this over here. Okay, because now I can see all the ads. So, all right, first, a lot of things. One, make sure you hit that thumbs up. That is the best way to support a creator, any creator, is to hit that thumbs up, get them in the algorithm. What's up, Rhonda? So let me say hi to everyone, members, Patreons, subs, most importantly, my amazing mods. Hey, Kim. And have I got a show for you? All right, first things I want to get right off the bat is I'm going to play something if I can get the sound working, because I think it's really, really important to start this live off with what I just heard. The other thing I want to say is there will be no bashing of anybody in chat. There will be no arguing of anybody in chat. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Hey, Matt, always check you're still subbed. Yes, always check that you're still subbed. I have not been around all day today. Hey, Bobby, I've not been around all day today, so I don't know really what happened. I mean, I'm hearing it in bits and pieces, but I had a hell of a day, so my mind is shot. Yeah, I'm streaming on Twitch too, because I got to build up my hours on Twitch. So just to let you guys know, I'm also streaming on Twitch. Membership, thank you, Rhonda. I have to give you a chugga choo. Anybody else wants to be on the super chat train? It's chugga choo. So now I lost my train of thought. Oh my God. What was I just saying? I totally just lost my train of thought. That I'm streaming on Twitch. Yes, I got Twitch back, but I went from partner back down to affiliate because I lost it. So I'm not exactly happy about that. So I have to rebuild my hours on Twitch. I'm going to do some more stuff on Twitch. I may even play a game or something. I got to do something to build it back up because I'm really upset because I worked so hard to get to that status. And now I don't have that status. No, for some reason this video wouldn't play and I don't know why. Yeah, I had a hell of a day. So, memberships. I know last month we started out like with a bang. So we're already in the 10th month. We only have about 20 new memberships. People that won candles last time I'm going to be mailing them out on Monday, but we need 150 memberships in order to thank you, sweet Carolyn, in order to reach the goal again to give away candles. And Tony, your candle, your remake is coming. That also will be mailed out Monday. Thank you, sweet Carolyn. Chugga choo. All right. Let's get into this. Let me try from my cell phone and see if it works. Because for some reason I'm not getting it on my computer. I don't know why, but it's not working. So hold on. Hold on. Yep. All right, so the ad works.
We'll laugh.
All right, it works on my cell phone.
Share stories, songs, and poetry.
All right. I don't know why it works on my cell phone and not my computer. So I want you guys to hear and watch this first. All right. You're going to hear it from my cell phone, but you're going to watch it on the screen. Because for some reason it's not working on the screen, and I honestly and truly don't know why. It's very weird. Thank you, Daisy. Chugga chugga, choo choo. That was a bad choo choo. I think my choo choo just crashed. My choo choo was like, oh, hell no, on that choo choo. All right. Share. Whoop. Thank you, White Lotus. White Lotus just gifted 10 memberships. Chugga chugga, choo choo. All right, we'll do a chugga chugga, chugga chugga, choo choo. There you go. Pauline got one. Erie Fairy got one. Sassy Texas Girl got one. Choo choo. Rhonda, you still didn't get one. Darlene get one. Welcome. Thank you so much, Choo Choo. Thank you, Athena. Chugga chugga, choo choo. There's my choo choo. Choo choo, woohoo. Imagine if I actually had a decent voice. Then it wouldn't be as fun. All right. All right, we ready? It might be a little tiny bit off, the sound and the video, because like I said, for some reason it won't play on my computer, but it's playing from my phone.
We are so grateful to have the opportunity to join together today with our friends, family, and community in Kylie's name. Though we gather together, grief and healing is such a personal and individual thing. Today we will honor Kylie in honoring each other and holding each other up as we grieve in our own ways. We'll laugh, dance, share stories, songs, and poetry, or maybe we'll cry in a corner or at the podium. It's all okay. We'll remember and we'll create new memories as we all learn how to move forward in a world where we miss her. We are so blessed to be able to miss her together and to walk together into tomorrow. The way that she has brought everyone together, even in death, is a legacy that I will cherish forever. I'm hearing stories about people wanting to be nicer to each other in her memory. Kylie's dear friend recently told her mom that before all of this happened, she thought the word community had no real meaning, that it didn't really exist. But after Kylie went missing, the way our community showed up in full force showed her that it in fact is so very real and so powerful. That kind of impact on our teens gives me hope, the demonstration of strength and togetherness, and the way that they have an army of supporters standing behind them will carry them far as they enter adulthood. We would like to thank everyone who has come together to support us in what we hope will be the most difficult time of our lives. There's no way that we'll be able to ever return the kindness, generosity, and compassion that has been extended to us over the last month, but we will live the rest of our lives trying, and in that trying, Kylie will be with us, reminding us to be kind, laugh, and sing, and that sometimes it's even okay to cry. In closing, I want to thank our media friends for respecting our request to give us privacy while we celebrate my daughter today. Unfortunately, the social media frenzy has become such a monster that our teens are suffering, and we want to create a safe space for them to heal together without fear of something being taken out of context. To anyone who gains pleasure or satisfaction from commenting online, I ask you to take a moment to look inward and to try to recognize your motive. Remember the three gates that all words should flow through. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it helpful? I implore you to remember that there is honor in silence and there is kindness in minding your own business. You are talking about the death of my child, our community's child. It's time to let our children mourn their friend quietly, peacefully. I hope you can find other, more beautiful and helpful ways to spend your time and remember Kylie. Call your mom, take a walk, pick up a new hobby. Please know we got this. Let her rest.
Okay. How does this sound? Does it seem okay? Okay. I have a couple things that I want to say about that. One, once again, her mother is very, very poetic. Her mother knows how to speak, even the hardest day of her life, which would be today. She still spoke poetically. She still spoke from the heart. She still spoke with eloquence. And it only proves my thoughts 150% that she did not make that fake post to AWP. It just wasn't her. So people ask me, how do you know? Because I know. This woman has way too much class to get her grammar wrong. This woman has way too much composure to lose her cool. So again, as I go back to what I said from the beginning, and I 100% believe that it was SF that made that post. So we're going to go through who SF is today, but I did not watch what happened on the Glera. I heard that the Glera interviewed him or something, but in Queen Bee's stream, something was brought up that I'm going to also address on my own panel, is I think it's really, really important for people to understand where I'm coming from. Oh, Matt, by the way, thank you so much. I'll give you a chugga choo choo in a minute. I just didn't want to interrupt the stream. So Pecan Pie had mentioned that SF Investigates said that that the family didn't know they were mic'd. That is a blatant lie, and I'll tell you how I can prove it. First, Adventures of Purpose are YouTubers. Okay, yes, they're divers and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, they're YouTubers. They brought a camera crew with them. In order to have a camera crew, you have to have microphones. Nobody is going to film you without sound. They blocked out SF Investigates. So they didn't want him in there, or he wanted to be blurred out. Whatever the situation was, they knew they were being filmed. So if you know that you're being filmed, you know that you're being mic'd. So the man is a liar, an absolute liar. And it's just another thing, like another notch in the bedpost with SF Investigates lies. Because again, when you have, oh, hold on. I specifically heard a dog say, you're on camera right now. We are on YouTube. We are doing a show. I heard them specifically say that. But again, people hear and see what they want to. I totally agree with you. Oh, Doug. Okay. I was like, dog? And I agree with that. They had to know that they were being recorded. You can have a professional camera crew. Because again, we're not speaking of somebody like, me and Matt go out there and we got our phones. But Matt, I know you wouldn't, but you know what I mean. Me and White Lotus go out there with our iPhones or, something like that. Then you may not know if sound is coming out. You may not know sound is being recorded. but they have a professional camera crew, and not just one of them. They have like 3 or 4. They have camera A, they have camera B, they have backup cameras, they have sounds, they have everything. No, he's the wannabe PI in the Kylie case. There was a cameraman holding a camera pointed at them with microphones, if they weren't already mic'd on the side, but you actually have to put a mic on them, and if you didn't put a mic on them, you still have mics on your camera crew. There's a photo of the camera crew with AWP and Grandpa and Dad, exactly. But for some reason, people are afraid to call things out, but you guys know I will, no matter what. Even if it hurts me, I'm going to call it out. So the fact that, exactly, AWP was hired, SF was not. And I think AWP even knew that SF needs to get blurred out. Why give him, anything? He's nobody. Hey, Amanda, I also don't believe that that SF asked to be blocked out. Oh, no, that man wanted as much coverage as he could possibly get. I think AWP did a professional move and blocked him because he should be blocked. So, and that's another thing. Maybe AWP had drones too. Either way, they had microphones and they knew they were being mic'd. They weren't a dive team that's not a YouTuber. They are a dive team that's YouTubers with a professional crew around them. Every single thing that AWP has done is recorded. It's like someone that shoots outside. You ask a director or producer or a cameraman when they're not filming, they'll tell you they're filming 24/7. You ever see some young kid walk around with a camera all the time and he points it at you? Odds are you're landing on TikTok or YouTube. So, or Instagram. So the point that people think that was a true statement, that is completely false. They absolutely knew they were being mic'd. SF Investigates, for some reason, wants to bash AWP as much as possible. One of my Patreons has laid out, I know a lot of you guys don't have Twitter, has laid out up until, we have part 1, 2, and 3. There's a lot of stuff to go over. But not only does it show his inconsistencies, it shows his lies. It shows what a phony he is. It shows all the drama he's in. I heard Nerdy Investigates had gone off of it, had problems with him. It seems this guy has problems with a lot of people. And I have not looked through all of it. So, dude dropped a bomb. What's the bomb? Tell me the bomb he dropped. Because again, hey, Whistledown, I haven't watched it because I could not sit through it. But please tell me what bomb this man dropped. Because this man doesn't have enough of anything to be a bomb dropper. But I'll wait. While I pull it up, I'll wait for this bomb drop. He said, roadside assistance guy, post-identity Jagger. Okay. Again, that's not a bomb drop. That's already been established that they think that it's Jagger. That is not a bomb drop at all. At all. Now, another thing I can tell you is after hearing the mom, that only proved to me, 100% proved to me that it's going to be ruled an accident and there's nothing to even go over anymore because it's going to be an accident. She's saying that the friends are going to, the friends need to mourn. The friends need to, heal and recover, which tells me that Guess what? Guess what? This is going to be ruled an accident, 150%. The friends are not involved. The police are telling the family the friends are not involved. There's no reason to speculate on friends being involved. The mom just laid it out as clear as day. There are going to be channels that are not going to listen. This is going to turn into a Chris Watts. This is going to turn into on and on and on. Jagger has not been arrested. Jagger has not even been questioned over this. So therefore, guess what? It's not Jagger. It absolutely couldn't have been Jagger because Jagger would have been arrested or questioned or something. And I may not be in touch with these people, but a lot of people are. And a lot of people speak to Jagger on a daily basis, if not a weekly basis. So, yeah, AWP has been leaning towards the Jagger scenario from day one. So, yeah, he was questioned in the very beginning. See, but conspiracy, that's, you know what makes me laugh though? You are saying everything that we already know already. Like, we already know about Jagger. SF only took possibilities and claimed them to be true. He doesn't know anything. He's a liar. He doesn't know because guess what? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. The parents, the brother are not telling him information that the police have not released. How do I know that? Because they won't. They will not do that. It is still an open investigation. There is no way that the police are going to tell too much info to the family. There's no way that the family is going to go shout it out to somebody. Thank you, Avery. I have a good authority that this is an accident. That's what I'm saying. That's up to AWP. They haven't ruled it an accident yet. I'm just saying personally that I believe it's an accident. I believe that that's what the mother was saying, that it was an accident. That's just my opinion. That's it. It hasn't been ruled that way, but that's my opinion. And, you know, just like everybody else, I'm entitled to my opinion. And what I was saying about SF, though, is you have to remember that SF, a cop has an open investigation, okay? They may tell the parents some info, they may not. The parents are grieving. They'll keep the parents up to date on stuff. They'll tell them, you know, how the investigation is going, but they're never going to say, yeah, we named Jagger. And then for them to go tell somebody else, it's not going to happen. It's absolutely not going to happen. The police are not going to give any information to somebody else. It's just not going to happen. The only way they would release that information is if they were releasing it to the public. They already know what they're going to do and how it is, and they probably relayed that to the mom that this was an accident. So based on the wording off the police statement, it's going to be ruled as an accident. I absolutely agree. It is an active investigation, and SF is talking about all this as stuff as if he knows, and it is written in stone. That's what I'm saying. For him to say that, oh, it was Jagger, that's what AWP has been implying from jump, that it was Jagger. That's not a surprise. That's like, yeah, and so, yeah, I probably don't want to watch this interview because I will probably like get mad at my screen and throw something at it. So maybe I'll not watch it. But let's get into the beginning and let's talk about SF Investigates. Hold on, I got to pull it up. But yeah, from what the mother was saying, it's going to be ruled an accident. Okay. Now, I want to thank my Patreon for doing this. She has put a lot of work into this. A lot. Okay? A lot. And you guys will see it when I share the screen. Sit back, grab some popcorn. Okay. Let's start at the beginning. 8/10/2023. SF post about Kylie's case and Sammy. 8/10. Finally posted the party Kiely Rodni attended. I really hope this wasn't taken by Sammy Smith and is a photo she obtained and posted since she claimed nobody had photos. Friends are saying abduction. Ellie saying it's not. Does not have any indications of an abduction to me. Okay. When did Sammy say that it was an abduction? I could have sworn it was only the police that did. This is confusing because her mom said she didn't have a boyfriend, I thought. But this kid seems believable. He also seems very confident she's alive. I hope there are not family issues not being disclosed and throwing searches off. Good find. Kylie has a boyfriend named Jagger. Him and her close friend Kate are speaking out. He has launched his own searches for her. The search continues. Oh, wait, hold on. I also see friends saying that the top bodysuit is confirmed not to be Kylie's, but I would only go by what Ellie says at this point. The messages are so mixed and confusing. Come over here to the 13th. Thank you, Matt. Chugga chugga, choo choo. All right, the search continues. Clear messages now that Sammy and others are not center stage. Press conference. As certain user accounts on social media, if you ever have 12 hours to spare, I could tell you a few stories. I really hope that 10 to Life YouTube channel putting out the info in the vehicle was spotted in Mesa, vetted that thoroughly. Okay, if you don't think she vetted it, then why are you reposting it? Just asking. Placer Sheriff before releasing. Isn't that the same account that released the fake scanner audio of her being found? The poor family with false hope. Read the sighting in Mesa, Arizona from 10 to Life. Mesa PD, PHX PD, Scottsdale, etc. All of contacts with Vigilant Solutions, who has license plate readers on poles all over the city and in cruisers. Data is shared with 800 agencies and even PIs via TLO. I'm sure Placer Sheriff is looking. Really, you're not included in that, dude, I promise. 816 PI, SF investigates AKA Steve Fisher, who's not licensed in California, goes to Truckee, California on his own dime. Made a last minute decision last night to join the Kiely Rodni search, so I got on the road from LA about 2 a.m. I have a feeling today is the day. Okay. But he lives in Florida, so I don't know why he was already in Los Angeles. Just curious. Driving through Prosser Family Campground. First time SF post about a JP and term Team Nerdy in the midst of the Kiely Rodni case. I got DMs that jealous JP is talking about me again. Now, this is important because it's on 8/17. Jealous that JP is talking about me again. JP is such an amateur with no training or knowledge that he can say whatever he wants. I'm not going to fight back. I wish I would never have to hear his name again, but I have to keep cleaning up the cases he fucks up. Embarrassing, saying she is 24 and the same person that is part of a group that put out a background report on me. So he's corroborating, not corroborating, he's putting together the Sammy and he's making it about himself. I had a felon, put out a background report on me saying I had a felony, which is 100% false. Never had a felony arrest ever. When you use public databases, the data can't be trusted. You have You have to use and have access to databases that pull from social security numbers, DMV, and credit header data. And that's only available to certain licensed people. Yeah. So Sammy doesn't need to clean up her file. The person posting it needs to learn how to do a background check on a person, which they aren't licensed to do. But S just got back from 6 hours of searching, 3 of those with someone extremely close to the situation. Here we go with the anonymous tips. Drama, drama, drama. All right, 817. Kiely Rodni case with facts from Grizzly Gisela today. I can't believe a different YouTuber is actually having someone that runs an online tabloid speak about an ongoing case when a person is still missing. Shocking. Anything for clicks, even at her expense. Sam is 18 years old, not 24. Stop the rumors. JP, notice how he talks about JP a lot. JP, you have never helped a family once. You only pretend and then demand praise. How dare you say something like that to the sister of a missing person? You don't know anything about the real details of Vlad's case. You can't even spell his name correct. It's Hazel. Respect that. Again, posting about JP. 817. First time he mentions that he's in contact with the family and how hard it is on himself. Per Space's interview on Twitter, we know he tracked down the grandpa on the day he arrived. I met Kylie's father in person today. Meeting family members of missing people will always be the most difficult part for me. To see a human suffering, to see the fear in their eyes. I wish we, all of us collectively, could find each of their family members. That's kind of a weird statement. And while our fearless PI continues his boots on the ground investigation, it seems JP continues to live rent-free in his head. I don't know who JP is. Your guess is as good as mine. I can save you some time. It's called the California Department of Consumer Affairs. You would want to call and file a complaint. Here's the link. Toast, go troll someone else, Leanne, with JP and company. I am trying to help a desperate family. I don't need you and the destroyers of hope taking up my time. If you think I'm practicing illegally, call California authorities. You think I'm stupid? The stupid part is you think you know all about me. I'm posting this from my personal record. What the fuck, JP? Gaslighting is JP harassing and even blaming family members, and then JP insinuating that is something SF does. And that is the last time I will stoop to your addressing his tantrums. Engage with empathy. Gaslighting. The fact that I have to spend time dealing with jealous people like you. Honestly, why are you so obsessed with me? I am a licensed PI. I can use those skills to help anyone I want in any state. That is not true, by the way. I can only do fee-based in my licensed states. It's a pro bono volunteer work to help people. But the thing is, he was never hired. They never asked him to do anything. It's not my fault you were a failure at life and you are obsessed with me. I don't even know who you are. You stalk me. You message me. You DM me. You text me. You mail me letters. You are a scary stalker. Please stop. All those periods and his shortened sentences really, really look like my really only further prove that that text from the mom is his. Okay, good night, Leanne. I'm blocking you because you are a negative person and I'm here to help people, not deal with people like you. Okay, if you have to keep repeating over and over and over that you're here to help, that's a problem. So much drama in the LBC. His PI license gets called into question by a former client whose brother is still missing. Same people. Hey, squirrel. And squirrel in here. No, I'm accusing you. You stalk me. You DM me nudes of yourself. Then said, oops, I must have had too many drinks. I don't block you. Only so I have record of your creepiness. This was on the 19th. The fact that I am a licensed PI, and it's so sad that this group is so worried about our team's success, our team, okay? They constantly try to attack. They are completely unlicensed and have no experience in trying to do the same thing. They just can't find people. She said, I'm in California, as in I live there. Why would she being up a California PI license when her brother is missing in Florida? Okay, this is where it starts to not make sense. It's not my fault you were a failure at life and you are obsessed with me. I don't even know who you are. You stalk me, you message me, you DM me, you text me, you mail me letters. Oh, same one. The fact that I've spent time dealing with jealous people like you, honestly, why are you so obsessed with me? I'm a licensed PI. I can use those skills to help anyone I want in any state. I can only do fee-based on my licensed states. All right, so that's like a repeat. SF discusses AWP and praises them. Okay. It would be great if you could collaborate with AWP. You've been the boots on the ground and are probably a bit more familiar with the area since you have been out there. Best of luck to you in your search today. That's nice of you. AWP are all professionals. I guarantee they came into your town fully prepared and do not need my help, but that is very nice. I saw where someone said it could be for college, which makes sense. They may not have told KR's family because something. Okay, on 8/21. Now we know she was found on 8/21. Jealous JP is having a house photographed for the purpose of identifying a person's location because that person is a connection of a missing person. What? JP is having a house photographed for the purpose of identifying a person's location because that person is a connection of a missing person. Okay. This is dangerous and he should be reported. This is the guy who said Sammy, who he's stalking, was 24 years old and called Ellie about it. Okay. So the reason why this is important is this guy JP has not even said anything. This guy JP has nothing to do with him. So first JP is stalking him and now JP is stalking Sammy. Okay. How ironic that JP, jealous JP, who has been on a 5-day bender about me because I am a licensed PI and he thinks it's illegal for me to volunteer my time and efforts to search for Kylie, is now conducting illegal surveillance without a license in California by scheming with a neighbor. This was on the 21st. He was at Sammy's house. 8/21. Kylie is found and SF begins his narrative about how he never should have been put in the tough position of having to tell the father and grandfather. Now, remember, folks, we saw and heard Doug and Nick inform them that they found Kylie. 1 of 3. Today, I was at Presser with the father and grandfather of Kiely Rodni. It's Rodney, not Rondi. We were discussing her disappearance. We could see Adventures of Purpose not far away. At 2:48 p.m., I received a call from DX the Mystery informing me that Kylie was found. I then informed the father. Just to clear up any confusion, law enforcement has not made a positive ID because there is only video from Adventures of Purpose. LE divers are about to go in the water to make a positive ID. However, the images and video are clear. There will be an ID in about 2 hours. Really? Really? Okay. I am leaving Prosser for the final time. They are about to pull the vehicle from the water, and I do not need to witness that. Her grandfather has met up with other family members. My heart is broken for Kiely Rodni and her family. SF is still on AWP side, but dogs Ellie a bit. More than 2 hours after we are at the recovery site, Ellie still has not contacted her mother. Okay, now remember this. Listen carefully. LE, not AWP, LE, which he's right. It would have been LE to do, not AWP. More than 2 hours after we're at recovery site, LE still has not contacted her mother, letting her know a car had been found. They claim it's because they had to positive ID her. But it was clear. Hold on, what?
Going into work.
You going where?
Into work.
What?
Going into work.
Why?
I need closers.
Okay.
I don't want to be home.
All right. They claim it's because they had to positive ID her, but it was clear it was her car and there were remains and hundreds of people were taking pics. How odd that her parents were not notified first by the authorities. Now, the reason why this is so important, because didn't he blame AWP for all this? Didn't he say that it was AWP that didn't do this? More than 2 hours after we were at the recovery site, Ellie still had not contacted her mother. I do not think the investigator is being honest here. He has contradicted what he said yesterday. I believe AWP informed the father and grandfather, and the investigator lied for clout, figuring no one would ever find out. I love that they said they notified the family in their social media post, but it was actually you who had to notify our poor father and grandfather. That is a blatant lie. Why don't you ask AWP community? I'm not lying about informing the father and grandfather, nor am I trying to take credit. AWP informed other family. I then informed her father and grandfather because I was with them. The family approved the tweet before I sent it. I want to address the Kiely Rodni controversy that some are trying to use strategically as ammunition, not caring that they are freeloading and hijacking the legacy of a 16-year-old girl and her death. This family lives off the grid. Lodge, which is where the family lives, it says no cell or Wi-Fi. That's a lie. After I notified her father and grandfather and we met with AWP, the grandfather used my phone to call his wife to inform her. They are not smartphone connected people. If AWP notified her mother, that does not mean the mom can make contact right away. In fact, the grandfather's wife called him back an hour or two later on my phone. So hold your judgment. I received a message from the father this AM that said he agreed with what was done and appreciated it. Arguing on social media over who notified the family is wrong. The public does not need to know or care. The only thing that matters is the girl's family. Do you need the notoriety? So why are you arguing it then? Really? Really? On 8/23, SF believed AWP did contact the mom. Hold on one second. Okay. That long ago, was Ellie going to wait after they find the find to tell the family? Were they going to wait until she was officially identified, which still hasn't happened? I believe AWP did contact the mom, who has a PR person working full-time during the search. She was upset Ellie waited. Has anybody ever seen the mom with a PR person? Because I have never seen the mom with a PR person. I don't see anybody speaking for the mom. I don't see any kind of PR person. I just don't. 8/23, SF claims he was asked to be the middleman between the $75,000 reward and AWP. That was a blatant lie, by the way. SF threatens AWP that unless they take action against JP, you know, the guy SF hates, who has zero connection to AWP, then SF will not facilitate the transfer of the $75,000 to AWP. SF refers to JP as AWP spokesperson, which is bullshit. This is where it starts to get good, okay? And I say that because they are not going to have a strange man facilitate the reward money. They would not need to. There's not even logic in this. They're going to use a friend. They're going to use the contact. Because remember, SF was not the contact for the family. He was a stranger. Okay? He was just a stranger. That's all he was. So I can assure you, he did not have any kind of facilitation with the family. Yeah, you have to use some common sense. You just have to. So no, it's my chair. So you can't think any other way. Like, just common sense, plain old common sense. So Sarah Elizabeth said, hopefully this means you will be able to help with the transfer funds so they get their money. But remember, all he is saying is that no, he won't send it to them without JP being acknowledged by AWP. Like, what? What? I love the truth. So let me share with you that Johns Hopkins University has the same motto as the CIA. The truth will set you free. And that's a pretty suspicious motto for a hospital in charge of number. Huh? Hopefully it's me. All right. I told them unless they take action for him to stop speaking for them, I won't be involved. I have other families who don't have their loved ones back yet. This is a person who has one purpose: cause harm to families. He told the sister of the MP he's the reason he left. What? Wait, so you're withholding the transfer of funds to AWP because of things that someone unrelated to them is saying. Regardless of your feelings towards anyone, AWP is not responsible for anyone except themselves. We're to punish them over someone they knew nothing about. Thank you, Donna. There is absolutely no reason why a strange man would be the facilitator of $75,000. Someone that is not contact with AWP, someone that is not hired by the family. It's absolutely ludicrous. I don't know AWP's process. I thought they said a week during their live stream. I get the impression even if LA asked them, they wouldn't care. I can't withhold the transfer. I'm not holding the money. I was just asked to follow up that parties were matched together. I have talked to AWP about it. They have the information. Whether they want it or not is up to them. I'm one person and I need to go to other cases. Okay. And if you're not facilitating the transfer, then how does the contributor of the money feel about all this? Do they know you are withholding the transfer? Because really, it's not up to you. It's up to whoever the money belongs to. I agree. It makes you as bad as those you talk negative about. They don't have time to check all comments made about their case. They're trying to help people find their loved ones. Maybe you should rethink your position. I was on your side until you made that statement. And I agree 1,000% with you that when you say AWP is not responsible for anyone except themselves, they are very intelligent and know who to contact for the money. I would never withhold that and have it. Okay, let's go back up here. SF claims he was asked to be the middleman between the $75,000 reward and AWP. SF threatens AWP that unless they take action against JP, the guy SF hates who has zero connection to AWP, then SF will not facilitate the transfer of the $75,000 to AWP. SF refers to JP as AWP spokesperson, which is bullshit. Okay. Why do you need to be involved? And tell everyone those details because that's what he does. All right. I'm going to skip some of this to the important stuff, but you guys can read it. Can we get copies of surveillance photos you commissioned of Sammy Smith's home? You said you had photos of her car and her dad doing yard work. He's an investigator. Maybe you would like to know that as well. Hey, you're being spied on by an investigator. All right, this was people's comments. Other accounts now claiming AWP won't accept reward money, which we now know is a lie, as Jared Lysek, AWP CEO, has stated on more than one interview that they do accept reward and money donations. Can you see the narrative and the backpedaling by SF by his followers? I absolutely 100% do not have any affiliation with AWP. They are an amazing organization, but I have no affiliation with them and have only met them in person one time. Let me get this straight. You want me as a volunteer to now pay the $75,000 reward. Are you out of your mind? Why do I have the obligation to pay the reward? He's all over the place. He said I won't be involved, blah, blah, blah. That's been cleared up as far as what funds. I have no idea. I'm assuming a private donation. Oh, you're absurd. You're a typical troll. This is all 2 days after this happened. Like I asked the last person, do you want to handle it? Even though they have the info, I'll give you the information to follow up if you want. Do you want it, or are you just trolling? Okay, these are the same ones. Okay, you implied you were to try and help with the transfer of money. Reread what you wrote. And I did. I gave them the info. They are adults. They can handle it from here. I don't need to hold anyone's hand. You do it. I'll give you the info. Do you want to bug them even though they have the information? Okay. SF admits AWP has no relationship with JP, yet he continues to block their ability to access the reward money. I just spoke with Adventures of Purpose on the phone. They have never heard of JP. Notice the spelling error. That's not a normal spelling error. Never heard of JP. I noticed he thanked Sheriff Alfred and Melanie from the info received. The PCSO sheriff is Wayne Wu, not Alfred or Melanie. I requested all commissions, receipts. That's his receipt. Okay. You're asking that from a person who makes fun of a female for being on food stamps, who brags about writing proposals all day because they're so important. Impress us some more, Nikki, please. Why is it you that's always involved in Twitter drama? Why are you wasting resources like this? About JP, who has zero to do with Kylie's case, her family, or AWP. SF walked into Kylie's case with a lot of enemies, including Nerdy, JP, and disgruntled former clients. Without SF, there'd be no JP or family notification drama with AWP, and AWP would have the $75,000 reward. Was it worth drone footage and retweeted Twitter tips? You decide. All right. It continues to be mean and vicious to the hassles. JP. Oh, there's JP. Somebody told you they believe, and you reported it as fact that he ran away because of his sister. That's another case. Twitter feud between SF and Critical K both criticize AWP. I'm not sure a grandfather contacted you out of the blue, and the very fact you're okay with AWP rushing to tell social media Kylie's fate without making sure a family knew is, oh, come on, Kay, really? Critical K, come on. I know we're buds, but come on. You would have been on that so fast that it wouldn't, old K would have jumped on that as fast as possible. You probably would have announced it as soon as they got to the water. So come on, let's be real. Honestly, let's be real. Not just him, without making sure a family knew is honestly pathetic. It speaks volumes of your integrity. Not just him and her father contacted me. No, they didn't. In fact, they contacted me every day since I have left also. I have as much control over AWP, whom I had never met, as I do posting that garbage about loving a person who commits DV. What? Don't engage with that one. She's already been sued twice for defamation and deleted an entire YouTube account because the second, she didn't delete it. She got deleted. Kylie's mom and stepmom is whom she lived with at the campground. Did this DXC AWP announcement on Facebook and alert you, and then you alerted Kylie's father? Correct. We're working as a team to help them. I was raped and held at gunpoint for 6 hours when I was 17. Don't accuse me of supporting DV again. You clearly support the unnecessary social media feeding frenzy over a dead teenager. And now you're claiming Ellie has treated Kylie's family badly. You have connected yourself. I just told you I'm very connected. I've spoken to them every day. In fact, I just messaged the father 15 minutes ago. I'll give you one last message. I will answer. Then I'm blocking you because like I said, I do not want people that support domestic violence to follow me. Goes off about AWP and how family was notified, and then deletes all of his prior posts about Kylie case, perhaps not realizing that it didn't delete his and others' replies to his posts that are contradictory or muddied the waters in order to prevent AWP from receiving the 75. Did he really have a problem? Is it really him that the 75,000 is gone? Like, is that real? If anyone wants that video or anything else I posted on Kylie's screenshot in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to delete content from the last few days. The group that only cares about hurting victims, including former Ellie, has arrived. I will focus on Vlad this week. This is when he fights with Coffindabber. I don't like the direction they're going. They found her in the car, and then made them heroes. Why now bend the truth with these statements? Why try to use me as a pawn? Has anybody ever seen AWP use SF Investigates as a pawn? That's what I want to know. I want anyone. If anyone could produce one post, just one post that he made that shows that he's a pawn, I'm all ears. All ears. Never happened. Did not happen. I don't even think they mentioned the guy. Not once. I'm the last person they want to try that with. I will come with facts and receipts every single time. It's not that my feelings are hurt. It's this. Ellie was pissed, really pissed about the notification. They met with the grandfather and myself, and they were clear they thought AWP was out of line. So if AWP is going to try to throw me under a bus, I'm just saying that will backfire. Okay, let me say this too. Exactly. They blurred him out in the video. Let me say this too. And I mean this wholeheartedly. If you are a PI, you're recording stuff. If you're a PI, you're writing stuff. If you're standing there in the biggest case that you've ever dealt with, and you're standing with the family at the place that AWP is pulling it out, guess what? Guess what? You're recording something. You're recording something that comes out of your mouth. I mean, that comes out of everything around you. And if you're not, then you're a bad PI. It's almost like a cop going into a bad area without a gun. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So if AWP is trying to throw me under the bus, I'm just saying it will backfire. Dude, AWP doesn't give a fuck about you. Absolutely does not care about you. Learn it. Know it. What does it matter who notified the family? Do you think the family cares? the truth matters. I can't understand why they are making some of the statements they are. I'm not just speaking on my behalf. Think about it. Do you think I would make these statements if it wasn't discussed with certain people? So now he's saying that he, has permission about all this from the family. So the family asked you to post this. I would venture a guess that if the family contacted them, they would be happy to straighten it out. They went to find her, and they did, putting that family out of the torture of not knowing. Posting on Twitter is not the way to go. It matters when they are misrepresenting things. This is a very fucking serious investigation. There is no room for anything but the exact truth. Timelines matter. Every single detail matters. Finally, we make it through 24 hours from the time SF announces he's deleting his Kylie and moving on, and nothing changed. SF continues to post about AWP and GP. If you look up his Twitter, you will see many people calling him out for being a liar fraudster. Here are some examples. No, you cannot. You do not have reciprocity. You are not allowed to just work as a PI anywhere. That is true. You like to bend rules as you see fit. Enough of your lies and toxicity. You are a mean-spirited man who takes out his misery on women on Twitter and 2 men. I can offer my expertise in any state I wish. Your call to press or sheriff didn't go so well, did it? You don't have the facts. You can obsess all you want. You will not become me. Be your own person. So now Annie wants to be him too. You should see all the ones SF violates, SF investigates. So jealous, so jealous. You're all up hours thinking about me. Well, I'm going to get some sleep so I can do my job here in Utah in the morning. Sweet dreams. Photography, I hope. If not, you are breaking the law again. I don't know what that says. I guess I can make it bigger. I worked with Gary as a teenager. We were close friends. I just so happen to be a volunteer missing persons advocate and investigator now. Okay. He's not a California PI, though. That's where I'm a little confused. Clearly, we see SF as not a victim of his own good deeds. In my opinion, when there's smoke, there's fire, but make up your own minds. This is when he's fighting with Kaffendorfer, which I did go through. Kaffendorfer is suggesting I'm a fraud. It was right around this time that the fake post came out. It was right around this time. Oh, now his real job is a fashion photographer. Okay. You should have kept it to yourself. One slight and you spill all. Take a breath. That's not a secret the family is holding. That's an AWP secret. The family didn't get a call. That's not spilling anything. That's correcting inaccurate information put out, not information from the family. People are using the word fraud, so let's get sure statements are accurate. This was on 8:30. Dude, you are a fraud. Clearly, CSF is not just an innocent victim of his own good deeds. All right. Kaffendorfer says Jane pretended she was dying and scammed many in our community out of money and sympathy. A professional scammer. That would be Jim Terry. Easy to hide behind a keyboard and make up lies to sell. Sadly, we have those that embellishing who they are, perhaps because their fraud is better than their reflection. Nerdy Addict, frauds in question, doctored and photoshopped my email on a shipping receipt for a company that only ships anonymously, then published as fact knowing they doctored it. Also, have receipts from the person who actually shipped the pop-up card. Proven liars consistently. No, Jane must be him. So, yeah. Again and again, SF speaks for the family. He admits in several tweets that he's never met Lindsay, yet he expresses outrage on her behalf. One never seen so many family statements be released to Twitter by a volunteer PI. As someone who formerly worked in PR, I find it interesting that SF repeatedly admits that Lindsay has a publicist. Have you ever seen Lindsay's confirmed statements? Then statements. They are beautiful, and I dare say she's a better writer than I am, yet she's utilizing Facebook to supposedly bash AWP using language completely uncharacteristic of everything she's released about Kylie. Totally agree. This was another one. Attached is an open letter to Nevada County Sheriff's Moon from Kylie's grandparents, which they would like shared. Over the last 17 years, we have been filled with uncertainty, grief, and fear. Locating our granddaughter on Monday has brought us an element of resolution. While not the conclusion we had hoped for, this agony has been brought to an end. Yes, we are saddened, but we now know where our dear Kylie rests. It took an army of individuals to find her, from backcountry hikers to the FBI divers, the tow truck operator, print shop, sheriffs, police, Homeland Security, and ultimately the Adventures of Purpose team who found her. Collectively, we all made it happen. Everyone volunteered their skills, stood up for Kylie, and hit the pavement running. In the end, we found her. There will always be an armchair warrior contributing an unproductive display of criticism, ridicule, and blame. The Nevada and Placer County Sheriff's Departments gave it their all. For those who point fingers and don't believe in all law enforcement, if you ever find yourself in deep trouble, simply call 911. Law enforcement will be at your door within minutes. We are forever indebted to you. Okay, again, how do you know it's real? Then we come up here. Then he says, I don't know. I can't imagine anyone would fake something from her, but you never know. Now, I'm going to let you guys read this. I think Book is outside and it's starting to rain. Bear with me a second. Oh, you're inside. I thought you were outside. All right. Let it be known that Adventures of Purpose has not contacted me or Tony a single time throughout this ordeal. Not to offer condolences, not when the car was discovered, not once. I am so tired of hearing how wonderful they are when all they have done is make a spectacle out of my daughter's death on their quest to make themselves heroes. They are not and will never be my hero. This is meant to be our story, not theirs. Please do not give them the pen or allow them authorship. Everything that you just heard. Can you actually say that she wrote that after everything you heard her say today? She didn't write this. 100%. Mods aren't posting membership links or PayPal. They did not call Dad or Grandpa. Why would they call Dad or Grandpa? Okay? Think about it. Why would they call Dad or Grandpa? Dad or Grandpa was there. They didn't need to call Dad or Grandpa. They were there. My guess is they notified who brought them to work in the case. They always call the sheriff's department to notify. Maybe they thought they would notify the family. The sheriff said at the press conference they learned about it through social media. Well, guess what? Guess what? People want to know how I know this dude is a fucking liar. I'll tell you how. Because AWP's video proved it. That's how. AWP's video showed loud and clear. They contacted the family. They then contacted the police. 100%. But here goes this guy lying again. Who's Tony, the stepfather? For the record, I retweeted that post. Mind you, nobody else had seen that post. Nobody else had talked about that post. That post was never posted anywhere until SF Investigates posted it. Anyone else find that a little odd? Let me connect more dots for you. Sorry, I had to eat something. I was like, my stomach was going. Let me connect more dots for you, okay? SF Investigates said before that he had never contacted the mother. He had never even spoken to the mother on social media or in person. So if SF never spoke to her, she did not write it, Willow. Oh my God. If SF Investigates never spoke to her, how would he get into her private group? I'll wait. If that was listed on friends, if it was just her friends, tell me how he would have gotten it. I'll wait. Yeah, there is no answer. Just a girl, wrong again. And I'm going to tell you why it's wrong again. Okay? What statement's in line with how she spoke today? Are you insane? Oh, we get to that too, Brian. Tell me how he got it. Just tell me how he got it. That's what I want to know. How did he get it? And the writing is very similar to hers. Now, I also saw that AWP post, but guess what? That wasn't AWP that put that out. Okay? You hear my stomach? AWP didn't put that post out. That was somebody else claiming that it was AWP. But nowhere can I find AWP stating that. That's what I want. That's my thing. You think it's her statement? It's definitely not. The writing is different. Everything is different. Everything. Debbie, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That was never posted in the Kylie group. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It was never posted in the Kylie group, ever. Everyone in the Kylie group could not find it. It didn't happen from the Kylie group. Now, after SF posted it, then it went in the Kylie groups. But before then, it never went in the Kylie groups. I'm here. That's your mic, Irish Gal. I agree, tattoos. Yes, it's in there after SW posted it. SF posted it. That's what I'm telling you. It is in there because every single person posted it after SF posted it. It was after SF posted it. And I'm going to tell you how I know this. Okay? I am totally going to tell you how I know this. Because if it was real, it would have been to a private group. It would not have been in a public group. The little friend things that you saw, that means it was posted to a select group of people. The select group of people was not SF Investigates. And the general public would have never seen it because it wasn't to the general public. That is how I know that was never posted to the general public. Therefore, it was never posted with the general public, and SF Investigates did not get it. There was never any proof at all that she posted it. It was the wrong font. It was the wrong everything. Everything about it was wrong. It was a fake post. The mother has really, really, really been quiet in social media. The mother had absolutely said nothing to anybody. She has not spoke to the media. She has not spoken to, yeah, but you know what, guys? This is what SF wants you to believe. He wants people to think that this was the mom. The mom did not bash AWP. The mom has never bashed AWP. The only person that, and that's another thing, mom has not posted in the Kylie groups since she was found. But you're going to tell me her only post? Her only post is one attacking? Come on. Really? Use your mind, guys. The writing is not the same. Allegedly, she had a PR person. It is completely different than who she was. Completely. She doesn't even speak the same. It completely different. But the only one pushing the narrative is FF Investigates. He's the only one. The only one. He retweeted it. Show me the original. If you retweeted it, then why couldn't you post the original? Why not post the original post? Why is it just a small little it's not even a full screenshot. He couldn't even make it a full screenshot. That's how fake it is. Because when you do a screenshot, the only time you ever see shit like that is when it's fake. The font was wrong. The lettering was wrong. Everything about it is wrong. Thank you, Zen. Everything about it is wrong. Debbie, I would go with that. Okay? I would go with that. Show me the original. Show me the original screenshot. That's all I want to know. Show me the original screenshot taken by a phone. She can't do it. Why? Because she can't. I want to see other screenshots, full screenshots that she allegedly took in a private group. And why is she the only person that got a screenshot? How come she's the only person? Nobody else in the group got a screenshot of it. Just her or him or whatever. You can't be this dumb. Like, you just can't. To think that a mom would do all this and say all these horrible things about the people that found her daughter, but yet she doesn't do anything else in social media. She hasn't said one word from social media. SF has been going on. The writing is so similar to AWP. Okay, that's another thing. She did not screenshot anything. She did not write this at 3:00 in the morning. Okay, wouldn't happen. It has gone. SF posted it and nobody else got it until after SF posted it. That's when it started showing up all over the place. Until SF posted it, nobody knew about it. Nobody talked about it. Nothing. Yeah, thank you, Coffee. She lives off the grid. She doesn't have internet connection at her house. They say she barely has phone. Then people started trashing the mom. Exactly. Which is exactly what SF instigates wanted people to do. Because he wanted to look like the savior. He wanted to go to the stepfather and he wanted to go to the brother or whoever, a stepfather, the grandfather, and be the hero. He really wanted to be the hero. Just a girl. That is not true. I'm going to say it again. It's not true. She did not post anything at 3 o'clock in the morning. The girl who made the post may have, but not Kylie's mom. Kylie's mom, what am I talking about? Kylie's mom already said that she didn't write it. I forgot who said that, but somebody like a real close, a real person that I trust. I don't remember who, but I remember at the time saying I trust them. Spoke to somebody. The mother never wrote it, ever. The mother stated she never wrote it. SF is looking for attention. I was told that that's not like her. She's a very intelligent and caring lady and pretty broken down over this. I was told all Kylie's friends love to hang out there. Now, is SF, could this girl be lying to SF and SF is innocent? That's possible. That is possible. If some chick gave it to SF, oh, it was Jagger that confirmed it. Jagger confirmed that he spoke to Kylie's mom and she never wrote that. This drama has destroyed her. Thank you. Thank you. I knew it was somebody. Somebody that I just couldn't remember who, but somebody that I trusted, which would be Jagger, to come out and say if she wrote it or not. Now, all along, I thought SF wrote it, but the girl that made the post, that grabbed the post, she posted 2 posts at 3 a.m. Yes, you're right. You just said that right on, just a girl. The girl that made the post is the ones that posted it. Yes, it was on Jagger's Instagram. And he did know how upset the mom was. I'm not arguing this week. I'm tired of fucking arguing with people. Do me a favor, Lord knows. Go do your fucking research. Go look up Jagger's shit, and you will see on Jagger's Instagram, the mother did not write it. I'm not fucking arguing with you people. From now on, I am going to do what every other creator does and fucking ignore you unless you pay me. Plain and simple. That's all you're going to get out of me. I will learn to fucking ignore you and not even look at chat. Not for most of you, but only the ones that want to continually argue with me over nonsense. I'm so fun. Now I know why people ignore chat. I do. I understand it. I've always been nice. I've always read it. But you know what? I understand why creators ignore chat unless you're fucking paying them. Plain and simple. Lord knows, have a good day. You will not get one more fucking response out of me. I love you too, Debbie. Okay. Okay, my guess is they notified who brought them in to work the case. They always call the sheriff's department to notify. Maybe they thought they would notify the family if they never had prior contact. I don't know. I can't imagine anyone would fake something from her, but you never know. Yeah, you never know. Well, here's the thing, though. Let's go one step further here, okay? If SF is as close to the family as he claims to be, if SF is friends with the grandfather, if SF is friends with the stepfather or the grandfather or the mother or whatever, why wouldn't you just ask the grandfather if she wrote this? That's it. Ask the grandfather. Ask the stepfather. Ask somebody why she wrote it. That's all I want to know. Why can't this person who's so close with the grandfather, speaks to him every day? That's what he keeps preaching. Speaks to him every day. Why wouldn't you A, ask them if they posted it, or B, just ask the mom? It's that simple. Just ask the mom. That's a good point, Andrea. Thank you, Kimberly. Poking the bear. I gotta give you a chugga choo choo. You disagree or not, but to be a total B, until someone pushes you too far, you're my spirit animal. Teach me thy ways. Thank you, Debbie. He says forged, not hacked. Where? Did I miss it? I can be a total bitch, but I'm also very, very like forgiving, and people take advantage of it. They really do. They think arguing with me is fun when I'm trying to do something fucking serious. They offer nothing to a conversation. They just like to argue, and it's fucking annoying. Like, I'm sorry you get off pissing me off, but know your facts of the case. Where, Crimson? Oh, here I see. For the record, I retweeted that post. I have not confirmed if it's legit. If someone forged her account that made that post, then it is beyond sick, but I only reposted it from my timeline. Wow. Wow. The sheriff said at the press conference they learned about it through social media. That is a blatant lie. That is an absolute blatant lie. I hope I feel like something would have been said by now if it was fake. They do have a publicist. They don't have a publicist. There is no publicist handling them. And based on that logic, based on his logic that there was somebody handling them, if somebody was a publicist was handing it, they're not going to write a fake post in public media on Facebook. They have a publicist. They're paying a publicist for a reason, according to him. They're not going to throw some backhanded bullshit on YouTube. On Facebook. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, SF is a publicist. Not really. This was a public missing case. TV crews following AWP moves. Other lookers such as you. Word spreads faster than wildfire. At least Dad and Gramps were there with you. I don't blame you, but I do take issue with the mom complaining now. I think her anger is that even till this day, today, after all the TV interviews where they said they called the family, then Ellie in that order, she has not received a call yet as of today. They are a dive team. They are not law enforcement. Remember, SF, way back in the beginning, you said that it was LE to inform the family. Now you say, see why I told you guys hold on to that thought? Now you guys are saying that it wasn't LE and it was AWP's job. As I've said from day one, it is not AWP's job to call the family. It's not. They had one contact. That was the aunt. Plain and simple. Why'd you feel the need to take the light away from AWP? Because you were there. You decided to tell grandparents, but that was not your job. You're a horrible person. That's what he writes. Well, active investigation by Ellie confirmed if she was in there. So why is AWP going to tell the family? It's exactly right, Lady Sleuth. Because they told Ellie and the family what the exact process is if they locate a car. They literally explain it in the interview and say they first called the family, then notified Ellie. The Facebook post said that. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They called the family member and then they contacted law enforcement. That's what they do. Someone tell me who called AWP in the first place. They said it was a number of people on Facebook that requested they go look for her. I don't think it was Facebook. I think it was YouTube. I think it was their community as a whole. Let's see that video. Here we are back at JP on 8:30. Where is it? You promised the proof and better have it calling. You better have the proof calling the mom and dad. Why do you care to prove a moot point? Rather childlike. I agree. There better be one hell of an apology from JP Comer. Remember how he said the family was informed and said I was clout chasing. The family was informed. Confirmed, AWP called Lori, Aunt, and Sally grandmom as soon as she was found on speaker. She's in the back of the vehicle. She's not in the driver's seat. It looks suspicious to me. One window half down, one window all the way down. Call the authorities. Kylie. Hashtag Kylie. And we know AWP does their own thing. Do you really think they would just delete this out for no reason? If so, then delete out unproven leads that should be for Ellie only that clearly try to implicate Jagger, which they do by saying, we don't want to say who the person is. Okay. For anyone that watched the interview today, didn't he say that it was Jagger? That's what people were coming in here saying. Thank you, Athena. Chugga chugga, choo choo. Right? Didn't he say that that it was Jagger? So now he's blaming AWP. Okay. Well, I'm almost done, Athena. Am I stupid, or did SF help orchestrate this carnival of pain? Dad confirms AWP made notification. Evil exists. Today I witnessed an attack on a grieving mother. He sure did. AWP did not ask if investigates did. Jagger, go sue him. There you go. Resulting the community invitation to her 16-year-old daughter's memorial service. JP again. You are everything that is wrong with this world. You only seem to hurt and to harm. And that's another bullshit post. Yeah, because we don't know who actually wrote that. I'm sorry. Now they're saying that JP, if you think I've ever lied to you, then believe JP, who is proven to be a hateful bully that refers to relatives of the missing as bitches, blah, 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 blah. And then at the end of this, to give it credibility, he adds in Kylie's grandfather. Why would you do that? Why would you add in? SF Investigate said it. AWP did not. But why would you write all a bunch of drama bullshit and then add in Kylie's grandfather on the same post? That's sick. That's absolutely sick. Are you investigating what happened to Kylie or AWP? Get a grip. You have a problem with facts. You want the story to fit a certain narrative. That's how people get falsely accused by the public. Look what you are all doing to Jagger. And now you have a wrong Nate. Do you think AWP should have released that lead? Everyone agreed it would not be. Did you guys tell me, is it confirmed that he stated on the Glares interview that it was Jagger? That he can confirm it was Jagger. AWP has never confirmed it was Jagger. AWP has never said anything about Jagger. They've never even mentioned a name. The only person that is mentioned a name is him. He's the only one. Nobody else has said anything except him. To me, that speaks volumes, absolute volumes of who he is as a person, what he's doing as a person. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. No, John, he was never hired. He was never, ever hired. He just threw himself in there like if, JLR went out there and threw himself in there. He was never hired. JP put in writing and here we go back to JP. I use my photography business to lure and rape children, that I use my PI license to intimidate them from talking. JP has made a colossal mistake that has backfired on him beyond his comprehension. What any of this has to do with Kylie's case, I do not know. Further, next Friday, I'm entitled to copies of all the conversation text emails he had with them. There has been no violation of my license, and it's in good standing with the state. If you only care about pay-per-view fiction content, then this post is not for you. Kylie is not a fucking pay-per-view event. They were microphoned when we arrived after I informed her dad and grandfather. Microphoned up to record the reaction of a father and grandfather. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here we go again. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold up. They were microphoned when we arrived after I informed her dad and grandfather. Let me repeat that. They were microphoned when we arrived. Okay? He did not arrive with the grandfather. He's met the grandfather there. He didn't arrive with the grandfather. So they were microphoned when we arrived after I informed her dad and grandfather. Microphoned up to record the reaction of a father and grandfather. Yeah, I don't think so, dude. Nope. JP put in writing a verbal claim. Back to that. Same thing. Now he's showing a record. If you only care about pay-per-view fiction, all right. Should you decide to check out SF Investigates Twitter, you will find that he appears to enjoy going to lawsuits. He had a lawsuit against, JP, Justin Pincus. Yay, we know who JP is. JP is Justin Pincus. Who Justin Pincus is, I don't have a clue. All right, so Fisher is a resident of, okay, hold up. Now they're saying SF is a resident of California. Well, if he's a resident of California, then he could be a PI in California. Now I'm really confused. Really confused. JP is from Queens County or Suffolk County. My two home states. Woo, woo. I'm liking Justin. Cameras and microphones usually, that's what I'm saying. JP is Justin Pincus. So JP exhibits stalker or harassing behavior. Plaintiff is a licensed PI and donates a significant amount of hours through pro bono. Okay, but my point is, if he is in California, okay, he's licensed in California, he's not licensed in California. All right, I gotcha. But notice what I told you guys yesterday. He's suing Justin, so he has to do this in Justin's hometown, which is New York. That's what I keep trying to tell you guys. People keep arguing with me. All right. So contacted 2 family members from the boat on the water. Just because you weren't notified doesn't mean they didn't contact family. There's video proof of this. You mean the video they just announced they have deleted from the video? Do you think they are really doing that because of a request from the family? No, it's because it's not what you think it is. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Are you for real? Anyone that tries to insult my intelligence like this, I can't with. I just can't. You cannot insult my fucking intelligence like this. You're going to tell me what I witnessed wasn't true? You're going to tell me what I just saw wasn't true? You're going to tell me that that phone call was a lie? And that aunt's reactions were a lie? And that it was edited to make it look like that he wasn't really sitting in a boat? Was that a green screen? That must have been a green screen, guys. A green screen with some fake woman who answered a phone. And they just did that because nobody would ever find out. Hundreds of thousands of people who bought the membership, okay, didn't see that. None of us saw that. Unfucking real. Don't ever insult my intelligence like that. Okay, the family didn't put up the reward money. It was put up by donors, not the GoFundMe. The part was removed because it was theatrical and not her blood relatives. When did they contact Ellie? They say in their debrief they found the car before noon. So when did they call Ellie? Okay, SF, let me let you in on a little secret here. Okay? just a little secret. They're not going to record their call to law enforcement because it's fucking illegal. You cannot record law enforcement. You're not law enforcement. They can record you. But it is illegal in the state of California, the one that you're a PI in, to record law enforcement. So that A, you're wrong. B, they have to give details to law enforcement. They're not doing that on a video. You really can't be this dumb. I am not a PI. I am not an investigator. And I haven't lived in California in God knows how long. What? 2002? No, not in California, Brian. They have very, very strict rules about recording. Look it up. Very strict rules about being recorded in California. They have all sorts of weird rules. All sorts. But they were not going to do that. They were not going to tell the police all the details of what they saw while being recorded. Not going to happen. Sorry. And I'm not Emily Baker. I don't have a law degree, but I do know my facts. And the facts are California is very, very weird about recording. And you cannot record law enforcement. Not in a situation like that. Look it up. If AWP were a bunch of women, the Galera would never say a word. The Galera would never say a word. But because they're men, the Galera cannot handle it. Just can't handle it. California is a two-party state for phone calls. Thank you. Let's say that louder. California is a what? California is a two-party state for phone calls. You cannot just go ahead and record them. They are weird about a lot of things. I agree with that. But they also had to give Ellie important details. And those important details, they weren't going to have on California. I mean, they weren't going to have them on open recording. It's just not going to happen. All right. I think you have the wrong person. It was my employment that they went after. Thank you for support. Blah, blah, blah. Cry me a fucking river. AWP releases their video and leaves egg on SF's face. So what's the right response? Go dark, take a nap, apologize, time to double down. And that's when he starts really bashing AWP. The family only heard of AWP through social media. Well, how else would you hear of them? There was no contact. There is a statement coming soon about Aunt Sally and Lori. Well, that's kind of funny that all of a sudden, once again, SF puts out a statement, but oddly enough, he says it wrong. He says the name wrong. The Glare is the only person that wants to interview SF Investigates. Nobody else wants to interview him because the majority of people believe AWP, as we should. As we should. AWP rocks. For a private call. They weren't in public. They were on the phone. They had to call. You can't record things that are expected privacy. That's exactly. AWP stated this contact had reached out to them in an email and is how they got the contact. I believe that was stated in the video. Yeah. Now we have another fake post, some bullshit from a Lori Herring that didn't even spell her name right. And of course, SF Investigates, so they don't have social media. Yeah. Okay. Then he says, do you think I made up this statement and released it? Right? You got a guilty conscience? Do you have a guilty conscience? It sounds to me like you got a guilty conscience. Because, of course, here, he released a statement from the aunt. She was never notified because they said on video, as you mentioned, does not mean it's the truth. Are you now calling the ant a liar? Well, yes, I am calling the ant a liar because that's not how the ant spells her fucking name. So I'm calling you a liar. The grandfather does not have social media, but he said earlier, didn't he say earlier, that the grandfather found out about it from social media? And that's all I got so far. Liar, liar, fucking liar. He's a liar. Plain and simple. And anyone that believes him, I feel sorry for you. I really, truly do. I got a bridge for you. I'm going to sell you a bridge in California. AAA. Oh, you haven't seen it, Lex Luthor? I've been showing it for days. It's a Lost Trail Lodge. I had a phone call with AWP to one of the running members on another channel. Thanks, Crimson. Actually, I got to thank a Patreon that did it. It is. Lex, you haven't seen it? Hold on, I'll show you. Yeah. It's got 4 different cabins. That's just one of the cabins. Yeah, I have IG, but IG on for me is just my candles. It's energy candles. And if I'm not mistaken, the grandfather built the whole thing, if I'm not mistaken. And there's the puppy. Am I correct about that, though? Her grandfather built all of them? Like, built the whole thing from scratch? Because I thought I remember hearing that. Oh, Matt, it's like $1,000 a night. No joke. That's it. They are not cheap. And they're still closed. I'll show you. Hold on. They are big dollar. Big, big dollar. Two to 7 guests, Monday to Thursday is $575. Midweek, 8+ guests is $880. This is just for one room, by the way. 2 to 7 guest, $880. Weekend guest, $1080. Single night, 2 to 7 guest, $1080. Pet fee is $50. Cleaning fee is $500. And if you want the full lodge, access to kitchen, living room, and all 4 guest room, midweek is $1,250. Weekend is $1,500. Holidays at $1,500. By the way, this is per night. This isn't a week. This is per night. Single night is $2,200. Weekly, if you want a weekly, it's $8,500 to spend 1 week there. Cleaning fee, $500. Not cheap. Yeah, but that's per night. That's expensive. And there's a 2-night minimum. So if you want to stay 2 nights, it's $1,700. Oh, I doubt that, Matt. Not with these kind of prices. $8,500 on a weekly basis. If I ever paid $8,500 to live somewhere for a week, you better be giving me manicures, pedicures, everything. Yeah, it's per night. These prices are per night. The holidays, 3-night minimum. $1,500, 3-night minimum. It's costly. I couldn't afford it. Nope. I couldn't even afford midweek. I would never pay $575 to be somewhere for a room. Nope. Yeah, they're smaller group base rate bookings for smaller groups. 2023 winter season open November 1st. Crazy, right? Crazy. Yeah, I can't afford it. You know, so I don't want to be somewhere that doesn't have Wi-Fi and stuff. But am I right though? It was the grandparents that the grandfather built these, and that's what makes it so special. It is closed right now. It's temporarily closed. Oh. Kiely Rodni's daughter. She was found deceased on August 21st. We are temporarily closed. Her gathering will be at the amphitheater on Truckee Regional Park on September 10th. All are welcome. Please bring a picnic. Please go to findkylie.com for more information. If you would like to support us, you may do so at Venmo. Thanks for all your support at this time. Almost everything we will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. And they did say all are welcome. Oh. Yeah, they haven't posted anything new. And if you want a link to her Instagram here. Okay, Granddad built David Robinson, 50, is the man behind the Lost Trail Lodge. He designed the lodge himself on the back of a napkin. In 1997, he built it over the next 5 years. Okay. That's what I thought. I could have sworn that. I remember that. I remember hearing that. I just want to make sure I wasn't crazy. Nobody knows what her parents do. Yeah, they run the lodge. That's what they do. They run the lodge. going to put the link up if anyone wants to join me before I sign off. Anyone has anything to say? Here you go. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Let me pin it. If you would like to join the panel. All right. I agree. How amazing would it be to build that? I'm totally with you there. Oh, the other thing I want to tell you guys. Hold on. Let me check my email, see if it came in yet.
Matt joined.
Damn, he didn't write me back yet.
Nathan
Shit.
joined.
Hang on, people. All right. Nathan, I need to see your face. Hey, Matt.
Hey.
Is that you?
That's me. How you doing?
You sound really far away.
I'll bring the mic closer and turn it up.
Nathan, I need to see your face. Yeah. Nathan, I need to see your face. Or you're not getting on.
If you need me to turn it up anymore.
Yeah, it sounds like staticky.
Shouldn't. Hello? Is that better?
I can hear you. I can hear you. It just there's a lot of background.
Oh. Okay. I'll check
Yeah,
to see whether I can turn it.
Goldie said you sound like you're underwater.
Okay, I'll go out and reset.
All right. So somebody said on Queen Bees, they were talking about fingerprints, and a girl came up and said that you can get fingerprints, like they could still get fingerprints that are in the water. So I asked a friend of mine who actually is a fingerprint expert, but he hasn't gotten back to me yet. So my OGs, you guys know who I'm talking about. So I looked it up to see if they can actually get fingerprints of stuff that has been submerged in water. Nah, same thing, Matt. Do you have a fan on or something?
I've got an air conditioner there, but that shouldn't be doing it.
Can you go walk in another room? We'll see if there's a difference.
I can't. I've got like my massive recording studio set up here.
Oh. Yeah, everyone's saying you sound like you're in a hole.
Oh, okay. I'll jump out. I'll try swapping over my interfaces and see if that makes a difference.
Do me a favor. Jump down, rewind this a little so you can hear it and you can hear what everyone's talking about.
Okay, we'll do.
You know what I mean? All right, and then if you figure it out, then come back. But you'll hear it. If you just rewind a little, you'll hear it.
Yep, I think I know what it is. I'll swap the interfaces.
Okay. So I was looking at fingerprints, and they were saying, you can get fingerprints. However, I was looking, and not so much. They say that they can get fingerprints up to 15 days. And it has to be done by an underwater criminal investigator. Do we even know if there's an underwater criminal investigator assigned to the case? I don't think they have one. I could be wrong, but I don't think they have one. But yeah, from what I read on Google, I haven't gotten confirmation on this, but from what I read on Google, it's only a matter of days, and it's possibly up to 15 days. but that's all I was able to find. It said it has to do with the type of glass, the time submerged, recovery techniques as far as lifting. See, Jen, I feel the same way. Most likely not. Judy Ron's expert said it's possible. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. Google says it's
Allison
possible
joined.
too. Whoop. Allison, I just need to see your face. Oh, I know. Allison? All right, you're good. All right, you can turn it off. Oh, that's bad. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. You guys hear that?
Matt joined.
Oh. Matt, that wasn't you. Allison, your sound is off.
Allison joined.
Oh, bah. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Can you? Okay, cool.
My sound is better.
Is my sound okay? Because I'm doing it from like a headphone.
Yeah, your sound is better.
Okay, cool. So one comment I just wanted to make is even as recently as 9 hours ago, this SF Investigates guy is still saying that he's like jumping back and forth. He's still saying that this JP guy is a spokesperson for AWP.
But we know he's not.
But he's not. He's part of this and I've never even, I don't know, I'm sure it's a YouTube channel or something, but they're like part of this nerdy, like they're sleuths, I'm assuming. Or I do know that they're sleuths. So, and he spoke with AWP and knows that he put it out online. He spoke with AWP. He knows that this JP guy has no affiliation with them, but he's still claiming that this guy is their spokesperson. And then when SF went on to the Glare today, because in SF's post he says that the mom had to find out from a waitress at a sushi restaurant, but when he went on the Glare today, he said that mom found out via social media while she was eating.
Because he's a liar.
Because he's a liar. He can't keep his story straight. Yeah. And yeah. So
Total lie.
This guy goes so deep, and I think it's just vengeance. I think he's just out for vengeance, or has just such a major hate boner, and I don't even know. He has to know what he's doing, right? Like, it's so hard for me to think, like, how you're dragging all of these families that you've worked, whatever. You don't work with them because they don't hire you. You just show up. Like, you're dragging all these families into all this drama. And, yeah, I don't know. So that's kind of my comment on the whole situation. I don't understand why he's doing it. And I feel like he's taking advantage of the fact that he knows that her family live off the grid, and obviously they're grieving. So they're not, even if they were on social media normally, they're not right now.
I agree.
Right? So they have no idea what's going on. And with the $75,000, huh?
They can't be on social media. They have no connection.
Right. I think there's like a media, they have somewhere close by that they go, like if they want to get online or whatever. Like, I'm kind of envisioning when Kylie was texting back with her and her mom was tired. So her mom was like, had to travel outside of the home to go to like some cabin or some office area, maybe where they do, run the business, check people in, whatever, to communicate with Kylie, because there's no Wi-Fi out there. So they must have like one of those hotspot boxes or something that they have to use, and that's expensive.
Yeah.
So they're not, they're not connected the way that we are. That's for certain. That's for certain. So I feel like he's just so taking advantage of that. But he said a lot of stuff on it's the first time I've ever watched something from the Glare because he really rubs me the wrong way.
Hold on. Thank you, Nicole. Nicole says SF is nothing but lies, always has been, and he's notorious for doxing people, including family of the missing. Thank you,
Okay,
Nicole.
so she knows of him then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people know of him.
Yeah, I had never heard of him before. I
hadn't either.
just yeah, I just you see when you see bullshit, you just know it's bullshit.
I
So, and I
agree.
think we both kind of collectively were like, yeah, this guy's full of shit. So, and he
Because
is.
the thing with me, people don't connect dots enough. They don't
Right.
put two and two together. And Ryan even said that's how he was. Like, he doesn't think like that. But
Right.
my ADHD makes me think like that. My
That's
ADHD,
same.
you
Yep.
know, you have one point, well, it has to connect to the other points. And if
Right.
it's not going to connect, then it doesn't fit. Like,
Yep.
you can't fit a triangle into a square. You just
Right.
can't. You have to make
Right.
it fit. And, I don't know, my ADHD just takes things from different places and puts them together. And I just don't know how people think that certain things he says is legit. When you look at the totality of everything, it doesn't fit. It's
No, not at all.
here and another thing here and then another thing here. And dude, make up your fucking mind.
Yep.
He doesn't even know which way to go.
His Twitter looks like a bipolar meltdown when you look through it. Like it's like, where are you going with this? Like you're supposedly searching, like how many hours could he have actually spent searching for Kylie while he was there
I
when
agree.
the bulk of his content is JP?
Yep. I totally agree. Yeah, bipolar meltdown. I like that. I'm going to remember that line.
Yeah, that's just what it reads like to me. So
I agree.
I don't know, but that's the only comment I wanted to come up and make. So you did awesome.
Thank you. And thank you.
No problem. There's lots more to come.
All right.
This rabbit hole goes way deeper, unfortunately.
Woo-hoo. Yeah. This is crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, I'll let you go, girl. Have a good night.
Thank you. I'm going to get
Okay,
off
bye.
in a minute anyway. I
Yeah.
am
Okay.
exhausted. I've had a hell of a
Same.
fucking day.
Yeah.
And I am starving, as you guys can hear from my stomach.
Good night, guys.
Good night. All right, guys. I am going to get off. That was part one of probably Rhonda. I don't know. Guys, should I like change my time frame? I feel like Zav Girls takes up from like 5 o'clock on, and she goes to like 1 in the morning. Tyler's on at 7, which is why I originally picked 8:30. But we all share subs, and I feel like maybe I'll start going like in the afternoon. I don't know what to do. I really don't. Not early afternoon, because that's not what my algorithm says. Algorithm says I can do any from 2 o'clock on, but I don't know. I just feel like now I know why Dolly goes late at night, because nobody else is on. Hold on. Who moves times for you? No, but I'm saying that if you go, that's true. It's like, it's just rough. Thanks, Debbie. I just, just don't want to, like, Tyler goes on at 7 every night. So I said, all right, I'm not going to do that. I'll go on like 8:30, 8:39. That gives him like 2 hours, and he's cool with that. It's really hard to try to, work with both. With crazy doing 12 hours, just figured out a good time for you. When? But Coffee's right. I will miss everyone that works, which is a lot of my audience. I like 10 p.m.ish because done enough. Yeah, but 10's a little late. 9 isn't bad. 10's a little late, though. Sab Girl's having a lot of subs now, but it's just for Kylie. She normally doesn't get this many. That's true. Athena, I've been wondering where you've been at. I'm like, where has Athena been? Yeah, that's true too, Optics. 10 is like 1 a.m. I know. I got to find a happy medium. Maybe 9? No, because then 8:39 doesn't matter. I kind of like 8:30 though. I really do. I am on every single night at 8:30, Athena. I have been consistent for a month. I think I'm doing damn good. I haven't been this consistent in forever. I mean, I may do like one in the afternoon just here and there, but I've been pretty consistent. No, absolutely, Gigi. I am convinced that we should not be, all right, I'll put it like this. Put aside money, put aside views, put aside subs. You have integrity. And I will never, ever go against what a family's wishes. There's 1,000 other cases out there. I do not need to go against something that the mom said. I do not need, when the mom is asking for peace about her family, then I'm going to honor that. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind talking about it here and there. I don't mind, still discussing it. I mean, shit, I've covered this case from day one. But if the mom is telling us to not, let her have peace and really made it sound like this was an accident, then I'm going to respect that. Unless, Ellie tells me otherwise, I'm going to respect it. There's 1 million cases out there. Millions. There's tons of missing kids out there. There comes a point you got to just, walk away. Not walk away, but you know what I mean. I also don't think there's anything left to discuss about the case. I really don't. Yeah, I don't need new mods. I don't get what there is left to discuss about the case. I think we've covered everything. Like, for real. Mom said social media. I feel more intense to Twitter. Oh, I don't. I think she means the Ryans of the world. I don't think she meant. I think she meant it collectively. And she may be, Athena. But until Ellie tells me otherwise, I've gotta respect the mom. Yeah, I heard you say that before, Jenny. That's pretty funny. A Czech Deviant's anime or a couple. She's whacked. Yeah, I share subs, not mods. Laura came with fresh info and everyone else is sleeping on it, discussing the same crap about a car in the water. That's what I'm saying. It comes a point where you just got to respect her. Like, that's why people were freaking out tonight about someone streaming it. They were flipping out that someone was streaming the get together today. I mean, I didn't see it. I don't know what everyone was in an uproar about because I didn't watch it. But I don't know. I just feel like there's tons of cases out there. Well, I'll find another one that'll be just as good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's cases out there every day. I'm still covering the one I told you guys about, the one in Vegas. I didn't say the ritual. I said the memorial. I don't know. If I said a ritual, I apologize. It's been a long day. I'm telling you, my brain was fried. Teenagers. All you need are teenagers. When you really cover that, let me know. Yeah, there's not much stuff to it yet. Yes, the journalist and the politician. We love, and the Gray U's offering new case type of streaming. Yeah, we got to do new cases. I don't see. That's why I never jumped on the Chris Watts
Rebecca
case.
Fudge joined.
All right, you can turn your camera off. But you can turn it off. Hey, Rebecca. You got no sound. Hello? Do you have did you have earphones in? Sometimes earphones work, sometimes they don't. It's not getting sound. Tyler had that problem a couple of times. Go out and come back. See if that works. Yeah, it's got politics, murder, sex. I know that Court TV did something on it. I was watching yesterday, but it was basically the same thing we already knew. Tebecca? Cannot hear you. This is the one thing about Melanap. I don't know how to help people fix their sound. I don't know why some sounds work and some don't. It's not working.
Matt joined.
I should be working. Am I coming through?
Yeah, how'd you get your sound working?
It was everyone in the chat that got me working. It turns out that the reason I was having issues was because it was my new camera that I bought for coming on to see you, so you guys can see the face behind the voice, but I'm still working out the camera, and the mic on the camera was taking over my professional mic, and I'm like, it's $1,000 microphone. I shouldn't be having this problem. So yeah, thank you, chat.
All right, so because Tebecca, we can't hear her. So how can she?
Okay, can she see the signal on the microphone tab working?
I
It
don't know.
should tell you. She should see at the bottom of the screen that there's like a little tab showing that the microphone's working. So where next to the mute, well, if you look at where the microphone where the mute is, it should be lighting up green. If it's not, click on the little arrow pointing up next to it, and then that will take you into the settings, and you can change the microphone source, which is the top one.
Oh, Pam, I adore Tyler. He's so young and naive. And that's what I love about him.
So hopefully by the end of the week you'll have video camera of me. Finally. So, but I just wanted to quickly jump on to say thank you very much for what you've been saying today about AWP. I had a very, very good chat with Nick last night, and cleared up a lot of stuff, not only for me, but for him as well. answering all the questions. Why did he pop up to the surface looking pale as a ghost? And the first things that came out of his mouth was, "Looks suspicious to me." It was the first time he had ever seen a dead body.
Okay.
He was in shock. I told him about the time where here we had a Navy guy hit by a speeding drunk driver. I had to leave the Navy guy on the ground, deceased, and go and help the idiot that killed him. And it did the exact same thing to me, to the point where now I don't even recognize that my mum has passed. She was a patient to me. And that, so he's pretty much in the same mindset. It was his first time seeing he's probably seen bodies before, but straight after they've passed. Whereas it's the first time he's seen one in a traumatic condition where it hasn't been cleaned up, and it does mess with your head. And being that one of the first, if you've seen the video, everyone has, one of the first things he saw when he got down to the car was the shoe and the leg in the window.
Yeah.
Which meant he instantly knew what he had found. So the moment he got down there, he was instantly in shock. The rest of it is pretty much a blur to him. He was just on autopilot. Not to mention the fact that he's first and foremost, he's a dive instructor. He's never really been around cars. He's never had anything to do with investigating true crime. He doesn't follow true crime. And cars and all that kind of thing. I mean, Doug was a tow driver, so he knows cars inside out, backwards, and
Yeah.
every other which direction. Whereas the only thing that Nick has really ever done in his life is music and diving. So this is all new to him. And that, so please, if this is going to any other channels, leave the poor guy alone. It is traumatic. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. What he went through, especially for his first dive down for AWP. He's the diving instructor that taught Jared, Sam, Doug, all of them how to dive. And that, so absolutely amazing, incredible guy. I loved chatting to him last night about it all. And don't nitpick what he says in the video, because remember, one, it was his first experience in this position, but two, once he's out of the water and that, he has no idea what's on that video. He's not going to look at it again, especially after experiencing that. The only people that saw the video footage was Doug, Josh, Carson, who are the two editors and video guys that do the main work there, and what Jared has received, and that, so he's going off memory, and he was in great shock when he was down there. So if he missed things, he missed coming up looking pale as a ghost. You do in that situation. Asking him, what was this that you saw? He wasn't looking for anything other than, were the windows obviously down, like open? He wasn't looking whether they were smashed as opposed to up or down or anything. It was just a case of, is it the car? Is she in there? And are the windows open? That was it. He didn't even think to look at how, like, normally if you watch their videos, Doug will look at, okay, what's the best way to seal it, extract it, where to rig, and all that before coming back up. He didn't know to do any of that. And then when it comes to Doug, you've got to remember, Doug's on the surface hearing Nick underwater through a headset. Nick's in complete shock, so Nick's not really able to describe what he's seeing, because his head's all over the place at the time. and that so until Doug actually got a chance to go back and look at the footage, he could only go off what Nick remembered, which wouldn't be much
I
at
get
all.
it. No, I hear you.
And that so yeah, so thank you for what you have said about them today. And that they did their job. Yes, they contacted the first closest person to the family that they had a contact to. That's clearly obvious. If they speak to the police, you see it many times in the older videos. Dan used to put it in a lot more than what Josh and Carson do now, where Jared would turn around and say instantly, and Doug the same, "We're recording this conversation. Is that okay?" If the police said no, they would immediately, cut the film. Whereas if the police were there in person, you'll see on the Nick case, Nicholas, I can't remember his surname case, the police officer was there. He kept saying, "I want the cameras gone," and Jared straight away turned around and went, "You're a public servant. You're in public. What the cameras can see, the cameras record. Like it, lump it, don't care." That's Jared, blunt to the point. Doesn't take shit from anyone. So, yeah. If there was any recordings with the police, they let them know that they're recording. They're not going. They know the laws that they're not allowed to record the phone calls in California without consent, and that's why they quickly pulled the phone recordings with the family members that they did contact off, because the family contacted them and said we'd prefer if it wasn't on there. So they pulled it instantly.
All right, hold on. Rebecca. Still can't hear.
I can't see her getting any signal coming through.
No, her sound isn't working.
Yeah, I'm looking at the top of her signal and the top of her thing, and it's not showing up as signal coming through.
All right, I am getting off though.
Sounds like a plan. Between up all night talking with Nick and watching all this royal stuff, it's pretty draining.
I hear you.
So yeah, no, big deal over here. So
yeah, I believe it.
Okay, but yeah, no, I definitely wanted to thank you for what you have said for AWP. I will pass that on to Nick. My Viking Steel, which is Doug and Josh and the guys, and yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming up.
Always. I'll chat to you later.
All right. Bye.
Sweet.
All right, guys, I'm getting off. The dog's annoying me. I'm starving to death. I just cracked open a Diet Coke, which I can finally drink again, because I wasn't able to drink it for a year and a half, but now I can. So life is good. But all right, I'm getting off. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30. Peace. And thank you guys. Super chats, PayPals, Cash Apps. Most importantly, hit that thumb up on your way out. I will coffee. I'll see you guys in a few. Bye.